First, thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
You're going to play in Innsbruck tonight. What do you expect of the crowd, and have you been already to the location?
I haven't been to the location yet. I'm going to go there after I speak with you, just to get a feel of the place and to really try and to understand where I'm at and the sound and everything. So when I do come to perform, I know exactly what I'm going into.
Sure.
This is the only way how I always approach any new venue or any new place. Just so I can feel comfortable in the surroundings of what we're creating tonight. I'm looking for a very good, energetic crowd that are really into listening to a lot of different styles of music as well, because I don't just play techno, I also play a lot of funky house and a little bit minimal sometimes, and a few classics. So we're really looking for a crowd that are knowledgeable in going back in time, but also taking the journey of Carl Cox, and I'm sure tonight we're going to have a very good time doing that.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Correct me. Since 6 years have passed since your last album. Is that right?
4.
4.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you want to have enough time to produce a great new album, or was the market just saturated?
Yeah, no, the thing was about releasing my album. The last time I released my album, it was just to come on the end of the era of vinyl, and also more the CDs releases, and because the download from the internet was getting so strong, you know, and people, when they were making albums, they wasn't selling albums anymore, they were just selling a track from an album, the favourite. And I felt if I was making an album, I wanted people to buy the album, I didn't want them to buy the favourite.
Sure.
And this is, for me, was something of which I feel very strongly about, because when you're a fan, you don't just want to hear a track, you want to hear
Complete album.
the complete story.
Sure.
And it's not being old school, I just think that it is, you know, rather than being seen as a one-dimensional artist, that you're actually respected by what you can create on your album within, you know, a structure of 10, 12 or 14 tracks. You can tell your story of how you feel, and you don't know what that story is until you've actually put it out there. And this is the biggest problem we have with the download situation. When it comes to selling music, especially from an artist's point of view, you know, you don't want to just be seen to be selling just one track from the album. So I kind of held back a little bit. The music has changed also, the crowd has changed a little bit as well. A lot of the old school from my era don't really buy music anymore, so really I'm relying on what happens next. But also embracing the future of what's going on, embracing the fact that the only way I felt good about releasing my album was from a USB point of view, and I'm sure that's your next question. It's because the USB for me allows me to really give you all the music of what I've created, you know, from the early works of how, you know, the main tracks came about. So, you know, one record called Family Guy was actually a breakbeat record, which turned into an acid house monster, which turned into something, a drum and bass. You know, the growth of that track came from that original idea first. So this tells the story also on how the music got produced and how it got made and how it progressed into itself. And with that, we decided that with the USB technology that you're able to put it into your computer, get onto a microsite, and then within that microsite you're able to download all the music of what I've made over a period of time. So the first phase basically is the early works of all the tracks that I've made on the album, plus remixes and some exclusives. The second phase, which is coming up now, gives you the progression of the album and more diverse music of what I've created, and more exclusives as well, and more remixes. And then the third phase of the album is showing all the live aspects of the album. I've already made 2 shows with this album, all the tracks in front of an audience so people can see those records working, with all the artists that I was involved in making this album. So there's a story, and all of that fits on a USB, and you can't fit that on a CD or vinyl. You know, this is the thing of where everyone has a computer now and has the ability to put that USB stick straight into your computer and be able to get all those into the files of what we're now need to have at a certain time. But also it's fun, interactive, and it's also something that you have which is tangible. You know, all the time that people just download things and you do nothing to touch or to feel the whole sexiness of having something like you used to have with vinyl is gone. So at least you have a USB stick, at least with a little bit of grace about it, and a little bit of je ne sais quoi, a little bit of something of which is from me to you. You know, I'm saying have this music, but also have something which you can wear as a pendant, feel good about it, it didn't make your friends jealous. You have it, you bought it, it's yours, enjoy. And that's the only reason why I did it on the USB.
Oh, alright, cool. You're one of the best known DJs all over the world. Your style was influenced in the 80s and 90s by funk and soul. Which is your favorite artist from this time?
Herbie Hancock, Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, of course. And the list goes on, really. I mean, I was into so much funk and soul music to begin with. James Brown, Aretha Franklin, Isaac Hayes, all of these bands, Casey and the Sunshine Band, Wild Cherry. I mean, you know, you still hear these records and these samples from these records in music today because they were doing 25, 30 years ago, and people are still looking to be influenced by that music of that era, and I was just lucky enough to be there at that time. So for me, I'm very fortunate to be able to understand where a lot of the samples come from to begin with, to where, you know, the next generations are utilising those samples to be inspired by them to make their music today. So for me, that is where I feel happy about being where I am right now, and being someone that understands where everything has come from to begin with.
You were known as the 3-deck wizard earlier. Now you're playing with 4 CD players. Has the time changed for just using CDs, or is it too less vinyl anymore?
Yeah, I mean, I was seriously challenged by the three deck situation. I mean, this for me was something that I wanted to be challenged by. I wanted to work hard at it. I wanted people to see that I could take things that little bit further by introducing a third turntable. And this was great because a lot of DJs at the time were only using 2 and kind of beat blending the records in, and it's all very nice. But I have records under the arms and in between the legs and in the mouth, you know, and I'll be like trying to quick mix all the records in and keep working. And people loved that fact that there was one DJ that really was able to be that creative. And now with the CDJs, I mean, it still allows me to be the DJ and to still be able to spin those records in. But now with Pioneer and the way how they've devised this new system where you can put a USB stick in and you can have all the music on the USB and read all the files or all the music you want to play across all 4 players. This is amazing. And so I'm being challenged again, you know. So I love the fact that I'm still having to work for my money and still mix every single record in that you hear and what you see and what I play. I like the idea of being able to do that without, you know, having to be succumbed to a laptop.
Okay. Last question. You played with Norman Cook back-to-back this year at Glastonbury.
Yes.
How was performing with him?
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Do you look forward to Big Beach Boutique 5? I heard.
You're good.
Just
because that only got released yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah. You're very good. Yeah, brilliant. I mean, Norman Cook for me is also a very prolific DJ and a great performer, and also he's a great producer of music. And it's always a great challenge working with Norman because every record he plays is a stadium-orientated track. He really gets the people going and with every record that he plays. And I don't agree with everything that he plays, but that's Norman Cook. So it's also very challenging with me mixing up with his style, with my style. But for the people, it's great that they get, you know, the power of both of us. And so we like that very much when we get to do this. And Norman asked me to do his Big Beach Boutique Party 5 in a new football stadium called the AMEX Stadium, and it's only literally about 10 minutes from my house where I live. So it's going to be a very easy party to do. I can just go home at half time and come back and still mix some records in. But we're really looking forward to it. Norman is really happy that he's able to basically give the Brighton people something that he wasn't able to do anymore on the beach, because that beach party was just phenomenal, and it'll always be held as one of the most amazing parties ever happened. It was unbelievable. So for him to be able to do this is another milestone, and I'm very happy and proud to be a part of that.
Great. Fine. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you. That's great.
Have fun tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.